What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we are going to look at Sooubway part 3 and 4 because last time we did 1 and 2. So let's get right into it. The odd one's out. Check him out. Leave a like. He's at 20 million subs already. Oh, can we get it to 100, guys? Can we get it to 100? Alright, 3, 2, 1.
You
Go.
want to know something sad? I've earned more money from the 2 Sooubway videos I made about working at Sooubway than I did actually working at Sooubway for
That's
over
sad.
a year. So here we go, Sooubway part 3, baby. I still got more to say. I used to work there, in case you didn't know that.
Wow, that's crazy. You're making videos about that you work there and you actually work there? That's crazy, bro.
When I moved out and was all on my own for college, I was feeling a little lonely and homesick. So one day I decided,
Is that what you guys call it, homesick? I don't remember what I said. I don't remember. Wait, let me think about it.
hey,
But
I'm gonna get some Sooubway for lunch.
Heimweh. Yes, that's what it was.
Food that I used to almost eat every day and got for free for over a year, I was gonna pay full price
I'm in the thick of it.
for. I just wanted a taste of home. I wasn't expecting to ever tell this story, but it turns out the employee making my sandwich was a huge idiot. As I was waiting in line, I noticed my favorite sandwich, the turkey Italiano, wasn't on the menu. The turkey Italiano, by the way, is the same as the Italian BMT, but instead of ham, you put on turkey. Very simple change. I asked the worker, "Do you guys have the turkey Italiano?" And he said, "No." So then I asked, "Can I get a BMT, but instead of ham, I have turkey?" And you know what he said to me? He said, "No." I don't think I'm asking for too much. At my Sooubway, the BMT and the turkey Italiano were the same price, okay? And what do you mean, no, you can't put on turkey? Who's stopping you? I know for a fact that you don't count the slices of turkey at the end of the night. Just hook me up, please.
I just completely forgot I was recording, bro. Yeah, I guess that's kind of weird. Yeah, bro, like, why can't you just put turkey on it? Like, bro, if I would be him, I would have just been like, alright, here you go. Like, I don't care. Who cares?
feeling sad. So I just
You sound very sad.
got the BMT with all the vegetables because it's more food for the same amount of money and I was
Makes
a poor
sense.
college student. And also because screw that guy. Have fun trying to close that sandwich. But then when he was all done, he put my sandwich by the cash register and then he just started helping the next customer.
Bruh, what the heck, man?
And they hadn't even started making their sandwich. Just ring me up so I can leave and then help the next person. But no, I
And now I'm gonna to piss you off, man. Bro, that's annoying as
had to wait
hell,
for him to
man.
finish this person's sandwich. If I wasn't so nice, I would have just took the sandwich and walked off. But I didn't, because I'm so nice. I've realized
Very humble.
telling you that story, it sounds like I'm one of those customers who complain about everything and say, "Let me talk to your manager." But
Let me talk to your manager.
really, the whole time I just stood there awkwardly.
That's also what I would have been doing, bro. I've been just like, in my mind, I was just like, I hate you. And I would say they're like, I literally just don't care at this point.
But I think I can complain a little bit. I used to
Yeah, true.
work at a Sooubway. I know how things are supposed to work. Sooubway, if you're
Give me some of that turkey.
somehow watching this, you need to hire more people. Like me.
Bruh.
Speaking of me, when I was working at Sooubway, I never liked wearing my name tag because when I was making people's sandwiches, I hated it when complete
Just told us your name, basically.
strangers would say, "Thanks,
James."
How did you know? Oh, right, the name tag. So I never wore my name tag.
Bro, every customer when he was on shift. Thanks, James. Is that how they talked?
just work at Sooubway, okay? We don't need to know each other on a first name
Yeah.
basis. Just take your
Is that Johnny in it? Tommy in it. Sorry, it kind of looks like him. That British boy.
food. For some reason, I don't like it when strangers know my name. But now that's all thrown out the
Yeah.
window. This one time a customer came in and for some reason I couldn't help but
She looks depressed. That's sad.
feel like I'd seen her somewhere before. Her face was so familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on it. So I made her sandwich.
Why?
I rang her up, she paid for it, and as she grabbed her stuff, she said, "Yeah, I'm going up to my father's funeral this weekend. After my mother died, he couldn't let."
Bro, what? Why are you talking to Subway employees about this? That's weird. Do you have like no friends? That's sad.
Last that long. Oh, that's why I remember her. She came in last.
Sounding so happy after you said that. Oh, that's why I remember her. Yeah. Yeah, like she didn't just tell you her life trauma. What the heck's wrong with
week telling me the same story. What are you supposed to say to that? Yeah,
Just give her free food.
that really sucks. I'm just some underpaid sandwich artist with really bad people skills.
Facts.
Did she really not have anyone else to talk to? That just makes it
Talk to her.
extra sad. I ended up giving her a free cookie.
What just happened?
Did she really not have anyone else to talk
Wait, am I
to?
going
That
to...
just makes it extra
Yo,
sad.
What the heck,
I ended up giving her a
James,
free
bro?
cookie. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. Luckily, my coworker Corey heard this and he talked to her and he was very nice. Corey's a lot better at being nice to people.
I see that.
One time I was closing the store, I turned off the open sign, and I was opening the front door to bring in a table and chair from outside. But while I was bringing in the table, these two old guys got out of their car and asked, "Are you guys closed?" "Yep," is what I would have said if I wasn't so nice. Instead I said, "Ugh. Fine." Even though it was past 10, I let them order their sandwiches. When they came in, the 16-year-old girl I was working with was not happy. They started apologizing for coming in so late. "Oh, I didn't realize places in Arizona close so early. Blah, blah, blah. We're vampires."
Oh my god, guys, I keep having these things. I like fall asleep like half while I'm making videos. Sorry that I'm not like giving my commentary. Sorry, okay, I'll turn back on.
And I said,
Wait, he's a vampire? Bro looks like Mario, but he forgot to wear his like hoodie, I guess. Is it a hoodie? I don't know. Bro, they both look kind of drunk. He looks more drunk. Maybe just because he's bald. Yes.
"It's whatever. Just order your sandwiches." And then he said, "Can I have 3 salads?"
Get out of here.
And I actually laughed.
No way. That's insane. Oh, I think he's being serious though. Guys, you know, the new Fortnite season. Pretty cool.
But he didn't laugh. "Oh, you're being serious. I let you in past
Yeah, that's true. Like past closing, it's gonna order
closing
that.
and you want 3 salads? Do you know how many dirty dishes that'll make?" As I was making this
Like 2. No, that's way too much. -5.
guy's 3 salads and 16-year-old girl was making the other guy's 2-foot-long sandwiches,
Why do you have to specify that she's 16? Who cares?
a third guy not associated with these two came in. Guess he didn't see the open sign not illuminated. I finished helping the 2 old guys and then I started helping the third guy and he asked, "What time
Like 30 minutes
do you
ago.
guys close?" 15 minutes ago. But after everything was
Bro.
said and done, the 2 old guys tipped us $5 and the third guy tipped us $1. So I mean, between me and the 16-year-old girl, a $3 tip ain't so bad.
Yeah, like you're gonna buy anything with that. Not now. We're going on Amazon right now. Find one thing you can buy with that. Let's see. Alright, we're doing this. Amazon, sorry, guys, it's gonna load. TikTok. I actually want to kind of upload TikTok, but I don't have the power. Jesus, Amazon. Alright, guys. What do you think you can buy for $3? It's kind of unfair because I look at computer stuff all day. But let's see. Can we find like? Oh, sorry, I cannot spell. I don't think you guys have this in your country. Does this exist? Ooh, no! We're so close. Yes, I actually found something. Oh my god, I hate these. Guys, these are peak. These are peak. Yo, I want these. Yo, I actually want these. Whoever gets this, I hate you. I hate you. I hate. Oh my god, look at all this. Oh my god, looks so good. What the heck is this, bro? Die in hell. Oh, excuse. What? 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 What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? No, no, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is not. No, no, no. This is bad. That's bad. That's not good. I know.
I actually heard from one of my old coworkers that the husband and wife owners of my old Sooubway watched my
Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Damn, bro.
two other Sooubway videos, so
Surprised you didn't get sued.
they might be watching this one, and I just wanted to say that by letting those three guys in, I showed initiative and was looking out for customer satisfaction.
Oh, sorry. No way, though, bro. You're not just gonna do one thing for these three guys and then just be like, yeah, I get this. Like, duh. You're not just gonna wash the dishes once and then expect a $5,000 gaming PC from your mom. Like, that's not how that works, idiot. Sorry. You're not an idiot. You're a big, stupid idiot. So, just kidding.
Yeah. One time I brought a laser pointer into work because I knew I'd be bored, and I was.
You work at work?
Yeah.
With?
One time I brought a laser pointer into work because I knew I'd be bored.
You work at work. This looks like a gray pencil. By the way, what's this animation style? Look at you crying, bro.
And I was. Except the boy I was working with was shining it outside at
How old is this guy? This is like something a 11-year-old would do. Or 14.
the cars driving by, and I told him
What?
not to do that because it's probably stupid, illegal, and really dangerous. Later, I was
Yeah.
going to go clean the bathrooms. I saw the laser pointer on the
Well, like you're gonna use different ones for each? Like, bro, what? Why do you have a blue one and a pink one? That's not...
counter, and I said, "Hey, dude, while I'm cleaning the bathrooms, don't shine the laser pointer at the cars." I
He's gonna do that.
told him that. When I was all finished cleaning, though, I saw him sitting by the window just shining the laser at the cars. At first, I wanted to go up to him and say, "Dude, stop." But then the
Why would he do that?
other part of me thought, I'm not this kid's dad. I told him to stop twice, and he didn't listen. Whatever happens is his problem.
Let me guess. He either had to pay a fine because one of the cars crashed. He got a warning from like police. He had to pay a fine because police shined at a police car. Or he got fired or was kicked out of work.
He ended up getting fired. Yeah.
Oh,
A lady
wow.
came in and said, "Let me talk to your manager." And I said, I can give you her phone number. And boom, he got fired.
All he took with him was 2 baguettes. How I love them. Oh my god.
I know I'm the one who brought in the laser pointer, but I don't really blame myself
Yeah, it's still his fault.
for him losing his job. That was a stupid thing for you to do, kid. Once again, I was the good employee.
No, you weren't. Shut
I
up.
didn't show that much initiative that time, though. So before I worked at Sooubway, I like to go to this taco place and get the same thing every time, the carne asada fries. Later, I learned that the carne asada fries are 2,000 calories. That was the only
2,000? Bro, that's what you're supposed to eat in one entire day.
thing I ever got at this taco place. And I used to be super self-conscious, thinking, man, these employees must think I'm so
I would not care at all.
weird coming in getting the same thing over and over. But then when I worked at Sooubway, I learned, nope, fast food employees don't care about you or your order. Unless you're mean to them or tell them that you're going to your dad's funeral, fast food employees will not remember you. One time someone came in and told me, I'll have the usual. And
Bro, what is your usual? You're not gonna walk in the subway and expect them to know. Goddamn idiot!
I said, I've literally never seen you before in my entire life.
That's good.
I didn't really say that.
That wasn't good. Like he just, I'll have the usual, and it's just I've literally never seen into a Maya in my entire goddamn life.
If any of you are working at a really slow Sooubway, here are some fun games for you to play. Cut up a loaf of bread into small pieces and make a mini sandwich with 1 meat
Damn, boy.
and 3 different vegetables. Give it to your coworker and have them eat it without looking. Then they have to guess what's on the sandwich.
Bread.
And that's it. You can set up a point system like they get 1 point.
His name's other guy. Well, let's see. What's the first thing that comes in Google when you search other guy? Try song. What? Some random movie. Okay. The other guys. I don't want to watch the trailer. It just seems like a trash movie. Alright, so this is what he is. He's a movie. Alright, now we know that.
For every ingredient they get right. Also, you can do the same game by mixing up 2 sodas and have them guess. You can walk into
By
the
the
freezer
way-
and see how long you can
by the
last. My
way,
record's an
wait.
hour. You can break
My goddamn teacher got this. My goddamn teacher in class got this ad. I mean, that's pretty funny. Not like it's bad, but it's pretty funny. Let's see. Know yourself. Take this LGBTQ quiz. Find out if you are actually straight. No, I won't. I do not care.
bring in some vanilla ice cream and just make
Oh, I love vanilla. Call me basic, but I still love it. Oh my god.
all sorts of stuff with that. You can make root beer floats. You could take 2 cookies and put ice cream between them and make a cookie ice
Ah!
cream sandwich. 16-year-old girl made this thing. I think it was called the
Her name is 16-year-old girl.
Kazuki. You put cookie dough in a bowl and then you cooked it, but not all the way, and then you put ice cream on top of it, and it was super good.
Oh yeah.
You can make nachos and bread bowls, and we wasted a lot of food. I
I
still don't know
see
why
that.
that guy didn't give me a turkey Italiano. I mean, at my Sooubway, we made bread bowls and nachos.
No way. A customer actually. Oh my god, bro. Finally, man.
Sooubway will always hold a special place in
All
my
right, guys. Now, Sooubway number 4, the final sandwich.
empty heart. Not because I have fond memories working there,
You can see this is a little bit of a newer video. It's still old though, but the animation is so much better. 5 years. Oh damn, bro. Damn, that's crazy.
but because some of you really liked it when I talked about working there. And I made buckets with those videos compared
True.
to what I was making at Sooubway, which was nice.
Yeah.
Apparently, I was hashtag relatable enough to connect with millions of people, and it took my
Yeah, we see that. Wait, let's see. I think this is the one that performed the worst. Yeah.
channel to where it is today. And then less than 2 weeks later, I made a part 2 to that video, and I struck an even bigger chord with people.
Who likes the
Yeah.
sequel better than the original?
People think that I use the word
better.
Sooubway in my videos so I wouldn't get sued. This is not true. I wasn't successful enough to get sued. They
Yeah, that's true. Wait, why would they sue you for saying that name that I'm not gonna say because I don't wanna, I don't know, have them email me. Bro, what the heck? That's so weird.
had other problems to deal with at the time. I called it Sooubway for a joke. In my first video, I said, I used to work at a very small local sandwich shop. I don't know if any of you guys heard of it. It's called Sooubway.
Bruh.
I was making you think that I worked at an unknown place, and then I subverted your expectations by saying I worked at Sooubway. But now at this point in my career, I am calling my previous place of employment Sooubway because I don't want to get sued.
A Sooubway.
The most requests I get for a video is Sooubway Part 4, but I never really considered making it. The most requests I get for a video is Sooubway.
Alright, so what do I see here? The top is Super Hard 4. The other one is I'm a furry. The third one is face reveal. And the fourth one is how much I make. I make $0.
Part 4,
Seriously.
but I never really considered making
Things I shouldn't do. Destroy my top. What? Build Maxwood for Floof? Oh, okay. Become a math wizard. Make more comics. Wow. These are super sick. Like the first three, and then you just had to ruin it. That's so goddamn boring, bro. What the heck?
Another one because I don't work there anymore. I have no new
Yeah, that's true. It cost $189, guys. Trust me, guys. Trust me. Alright, so we got the heat death of the universe. We got the desert. Then we got the hill next to my house. No, I was kidding. Then we got an asteroid flying, the heat death of the universe. Then we got a desert, but you look at it from up. Then we got underwater. What?
stories to talk about the place. But something happened recently, and I do want to talk about it. You see, the Sooubway I used to work at closed down, and I'm
No.
so deeply upset at this news.
Wait, so if you like Sooubway here, um, McDonald's.
That the only way
I
for
love
me to cope is
McDonald's.
to make one last video about it.
Yay!
So this story happened a couple of years after I quit working at Sooubway. I was behind on a video, so that meant I was in a mentally damaging mindset called crunch mode, and I had been
Ah,
working all day, and I started getting hungry, and I still hadn't taken Floof on a walk, so I
Chick-fil-A, or should I say Chick-fil-A?
decided to kill two birds with one stone and eat Floof.
Good idea.
Just kidding. I decided to take Floof on a walk to my local Sooubway. And before I entered the store, I picked up Floof and held her in my arms because I'm not a psychopath. I know taking your dog into a restaurant is tacky and a health
Bro, it's a Subway, bro. No one cares.
code violation, but this is a Sooubway we're talking
Yeah.
about. I know how laid back it is here. There are no rules or health codes. What
Looks like I
about?
just lost
I
the
know how
goddamn
laid
arm.
back
Just floating arms.
it is here. There are no rules or health codes. One time when I was
Yeah,
working at
boy.
my Sooubway, this 10-year-old kid came in wearing a swimsuit and literally nothing else. And he was unsupervised. He didn't want a sandwich, all he wanted was a cookie, but this kid wasn't wearing
That cookie must have hit different.
shoes or a
Probably like swimming lessons. Just came back.
shirt. The two things you need to get service at a restaurant. So did I tell this shirtless delinquent to get lost? No, he
What the heck is a delinquent?
had money, so I did business with him. I don't discriminate against shirtless
Yeah, that makes sense.
people. Look, his mom was probably
Hold
at
up, hold
business
up.
with him. I don't discriminate
Why was bro staring? Why was bro
against shirtless people. Look, his mom was probably at the grocery store next door, and he just got done with swimming lessons, and he said
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like, "Mother, I would be most grateful if you let me consume a pastry with high levels of sugar and simple carbohydrates." And his mom
That's pretty based.
probably said, "Yeah, whatever, nerd, go get something at Sooubway." So the point of this story
That's how every mom talks. Yeah, I don't care. Get something that's Subway, nerd. Get out of my life. Idiot.
is to let you know that I was the kind of employee who,
That's
as long as you were
facts.
willing to pay for your food, didn't care what you were wearing or what health code you were
Yeah, makes sense. Duh.
violating. This is a gosh darn Sooubway. So I walk in with
Croak.
wearing or what health code
What?
you were violating. This is a gosh
Croak a call. Croak a call.
darn Sooubway. So I walk in with Floof, and it's completely empty, by the way. Seems like I'm the only one in this town that even likes Sooubway. And the worker, aka the only other person in the store, said, "Is that a service animal?" Floof's not a service animal. Unless the service you want is someone to chew up all your stuff and bark at everyone. But
What if I do want that? What about that?
she still emotionally supports me. When I tell her, I'm gonna die alone, she tries
Yeah, you will. No, he actually has a
to
girlfriend.
make me feel better by licking the inside of my nose. But
What the heck?
I didn't want to lie to this guy about Floof's emotional support status, because if I said yes and he said prove it, I would be in trouble. So, like the emotionally stable enough to not need a dog person that I am, I said, no. And he said, she can't be in here. If the health inspector came in, they would fire me on the spot. Which, like, geez, dude.
Bro, I'll show you what this guy's doing. Alright, trust me. Alright. Just trust me on this one. You know what he's doing? You know what he is doing? Capping! The cap. This one's legendary. That's what he's doing. This is what he's doing, guys. Oh my god, I actually watched so much of his videos. I love this shirt, guys. It's so amazing. The muffin shirt. Who the heck are you? Bro, why didn't bro just do it himself? Hashtag Robert IDK. Subscribe.
Dude, you're gonna let the health inspector treat you like that? Stand up for yourself once in a while. So I said, okay, I'll leave. Yeah, there are
Alright, peace, y'all.
other restaurants in walking distance, Sooubway guy. The ramen place lets
Bye
me
bye.
order with floof in my arms all the time. I know this because I've already been there twice this week, and the only reason I'm even
What the heck?
getting Sooubway is because I don't want the ramen employees thinking that I'm a weird guy who brings my non-emotional support dog everywhere. You missed out, Sooubway. Do you know who I am? I used to work
I know for a fact you didn't actually say all this.
here. And then the guy called my bluff. He said, wait, we can make it fast. As fast as Jimmy John's? This
Bro, what the heck?
kid's standing up for himself. I'm proud of him. I knew exactly what to tell him. I want a foot-long ham sandwich on Italian bread with American cheese. I know that's the hardest cheese to pull apart with gloves on, but whatever. He sped run putting on the meat and cheese, and then he asked me, what kind of vegetables? And in my mind, I went, hold on. You didn't ask
Wait a minute.
me if I wanted it toasted. I see what you're doing. You're trying to get this sandwich finished as quickly as possible, so you're not even going to ask me if I want it toasted and hope I forgot. Well, it's okay, because I didn't want it toasted, but I'm onto you. And then Floof jumped over the counter, peed on the olives, and bit the guy in the jugular. And then licked the inside of his nose. Some people take their job way too seriously.
Yeah, bro.
At least some Sooubway workers are more laid back like me. Like this one time not too long ago, I went back to the Sooubway I used to work at, and I didn't recognize any of the people there. But someone did get recognized in that store. Me. One of the workers said,
The only thing I recognize
of the people
here
there.
is
But
what?
someone did get
Is this well also before the little kid that never shirt on? The sign, no shoes, no shirt, no sandwich.
recognized in that store. Me. One of the workers said, are you the guy that made the cartoon about working here?
No, I work at SpaceX and I'm gonna send you to Mars. Bye bye.
And I said, yeah. And then I decided to make his job interesting by telling him, hey kid, this is the place.
What?
What? This is where it all happened, kid. These floors are the very same floors that I used to mop.
Wow. Imagine you said, Mom, I don't care. Nerd. That'd be
You missed a
pretty
spot
funny.
over there. And this kid lost all 6 of his olives.
Oh my god. What the
Hey,
heck?
I don't use my fame to get into places I'm not supposed to. Usually. But this kid was so excited,
God.
and I used to work here, so I asked him, can I go in the back? Which is probably breaking a bajillion health code violations,
That's true.
but this kid didn't care. He let me in. It had been 3 years since I had been back there, and literally nothing had changed. I don't know if
Wow.
any of you have ever moved out of your parents' house, and then 3 years later you went back to visit and saw your childhood bedroom, but it was that
No.
sort of feeling. The chip boxes were still in the same place. Inside the freezer, all the food was pretty much where I
What the heck?
left it, and the bulletin board had
No
all the same
way.
papers. One of the papers was a list of all the employees with their names and phone numbers, and that list was so old that it still had all of my old coworkers' names and numbers, and it even had my own name and number still on the sheet. It had been crossed out, but I still went, ah, and I punched it out with a pencil. Maybe that's how my phone number got leaked. And then I thought, I wonder if the
Yeah.
other number is still here. In the very back of the room, there was this
the
desk,
heck?
and I got down on the gross, unmopped floor, and I scooted underneath the
Ew.
desk, and oh my gosh, it's still here. When I used to work there, one of my
What?
coworkers found the store's Wi-Fi password and wrote it down on
Oh my god. Boom boom.
the bottom side of the desk so then everyone could watch Netflix instead of work. And the
That's
employee
pretty good.
had no idea it was there, and he typed
Who watches Netflix, bro? What the heck?
it into his phone, and it still worked. All right, don't
Pokemon Go?
tell people that I told you this, I said. We can't let anyone know this secret. But then the place closed down, so now no one can get in trouble. Anyways, I'm gonna miss that
Yeah.
place. It was gross, and I didn't love working there, but in the end, it was the most memorable job I had as a teenager, as it was the only other job that I had.
Bruh.
It formed a good work ethic, I made new friends, and I even got to eat free food sometimes. But now I might get sued for this video, so we'll see what happens. So now, every time I walk into Sooubway with my non-service animal, a little part of me will be sad that my old Sooubway is in ruins. Okay, maybe it's not in
Yeah.
ruins, but they'll probably turn it into a nail salon or something.
That'd be pretty
Nothing
fun.
lasts forever, so it's time to give Sooubway a proper burial.
Nachrichten. Sie kommen von überall zu jeder Zeit. Sie zu managen kann zur echten Herausforderung.
I love your products. Are there any upcoming sales I should know about? Do you offer any free trials for your subscription services? Hey, I was curious. What the heck even is that?
Werden. Und jede unbeantwortete Nachricht
Guys, it's so sad. No, not Sooubway. This is so sad. Why did they make it so we can still see some color? I don't like that. Eat the goddamn sandwich and shut it. Sorry. Seriously, man. You know how much food you just wasted? Bro. The kitty shovel. The pink girly kitty shovel. Stop making it feel like this is sad. This is not sad. Oh, you live next to some cool mountains, though. Look at that. This is so sad. Bye bye. Guys, this is so sad. This is so not sad. You may make the sandwich, but the sandwich you eat makes who you are. Bro, shut up. Shut Albert Einstein? Yeah, I don't think he said.